join me here for what is a pretty interesting evening for me. I'm on board a Boeing 777-300 extended range aircraft. I've just taken off. We are about 20 minutes out of Perth, and I'm talking to you from, at the moment, probably about 20,000 feet as we make our way to 35,000 odd. Now, I can't see your comments on this phone of mine unless I have these glasses on. So let me see. What I've done is I've got my other phone here, and I'm going to see if I can see this live stream on this phone, which I don't fully understand how this works. So I think I won't muck around. But anyway, 14 of you here. If you've got questions, fire in. Now, if you're wondering what do the other people think of this, nobody knows what I'm doing, because this microphone's right up next to my mouth, and you're going to tell me if indeed the audio is any good. Hopefully I'll get some of your comments come up shortly. But this is Qatar flight QR901, and I'm sitting in 3K. I've already had my very helpful staff member bring me out a drink, and I'm just hoping that the internet is good enough quality. And as yet, I can't see your comments. So bear with me. I'm going to go over to YouTube on this laptop. I have two cameras, a laptop, and I had hoped to get it up on that phone, but no. So let's go over here to YouTube Studio. And the guy on the flight here was lovely. He was somewhat interested, obviously you can imagine, interested in what I'm doing live. Let's have a look here. Right. I've now managed to get me live on my laptop as well. It's quite phenomenal. Now, why can't I see that? Travel vlogs. Well, that's disappointing because I can't actually see it. Let's go here. I'm desperate to see some of your questions. Right, I can see your questions over there. So that's where I'm going to have to read the questions from, unless I stick it in front of me. Hang on a second. That has worked perfectly, and there's a delay of about, I reckon 8 seconds, not 10 seconds, from me seeing me on screen, saying this and then coming back. Now, let me just go through your questions here, now that I can read them. Bottas and Perez signed with Cadillac? Yes. Let me tell you a story, guys. I knew that Bottas's announcement was coming soon. However, I thought they were coming separately. I thought Bottas would come first, and then it would be Perez. But they both came together. So I've done most of a video, and it was all ready to go, well, nearly ready to go. And then 2 hours before this flight took off, I, like you, find out that both of the drivers have been announced. So unfortunately, when you see this video go up, it will only be about Valtteri, because I didn't plan for Sergio's. I had planned to do that after this weekend. Forgive me for that. Now, Michael Benton tells me that he's watching while descending into Warsaw on a BA flight. Let me just tell you briefly a little bit about what's going on here, because I have two cameras, and is that focusing on me? I think it is, yeah. And I'm going to be addressing you, and then I'm going to be addressing this camera over here. But this is the first of two flights that I have today with Qatar Airways, and both of them not only have the Q Suite, both of them have Starlink, and that's what I'm talking to you right now on, and it is quite phenomenal. It's not the only airline to have Starlink. There's lots. There's Air Baltic, Hawaiian, United, Air France, Virgin Atlantic, American, Air New Zealand, and probably some other ones. But all I care about is that they've got it on this flight. So how I've set up today, I've got a light in front of me. I have my video camera, which I'm probably going to make, well, I will make a long video out of this. I've got a phone up here and a laptop in front of me. It's a pretty interesting little setup, and it has gone through some testing. And what was my upload speed? I'll tell you, because when I got on here, we had a download of 226 megabits a second and an upload of 46. And if you're telling me this quality is good enough at 46 megabits a second, that makes me very happy. Let's go to some of your questions here, guys. Greg Kearney is watching from Adelaide. Who do I think is going to challenge McLaren this weekend? I think Ferrari. Let's put Ferrari down for a challenge. And you might have been following my Instagram posts where I've featured silhouette drivers. By tomorrow morning they will have all been featured, 1 through 20, and hopefully you've managed to pick them all. I was hoping to have a pretty relaxing flight, do an hour of this and then have a snooze, but I've still got about an hour of editing left to go so that I can get this video up. Now, once again, for those of you joining me, I'm on board a Qatar Airways flight. I'm talking to you via Starlink, and the beauty of Starlink satellites is that they rotate or orbit the Earth at about 550 miles or kilometers above the Earth, whereas a normal satellite is every bit of 70 times that, and that's why it's such a quicker connection. I'll be interested to see how my video turns out, because I've got these two cameras and it is somewhat alien. Where am I headed? Says somebody. I'm headed to Amsterdam for race number 15 of the F1 season, and I'm very keen to see some of your questions. If you want your question definitely seen, make sure you hit the Super Chat button. Super Chat is the way to go, and I'm certainly glad I haven't relied on my phone for your comments, because I can't see them for some reason. And for those of you joining me thinking, hey, what about people around you? Aren't they getting the shits because you're noisy? No. You probably hear the airline noise, the aircraft's noise. Well, that's much louder than me. And being on a Qatar Q suite, I'd be having at least a meter to everybody else. And if I just swing this around here and show you, there's a door. Look at that. So it gives me complete privacy. And at some point, my man's going to come along with some food, and you will join me for dinner, although God knows how I'm going to cut food and talk to you at the same time. I actually have two microphones here too, by the way. This one here is for this one, and the little one is for my main video camera. Somebody says, Art Monkey's not flown since watching Air Crash Investigation. No, you've got to do better than that, mate. Don't worry about that. Almost every flight takes off and lands without incident. Rightio. When will I arrive? Oh, I've got about 11 hours on this flight, and we've been going about 30 minutes. And we kicked off the food service with some nice nuts and some delightful chips. And this whole business class cabin is full. There are 42 business class seats and 312 in the main cabin. What about the light? No, everyone else has got their television on and nobody sees this light. And quite frankly, it's very dull. I think these lights up here are probably as bright. Guys, who would like to go to the Mexican Grand Prix? Because I'm going to take two people to the Mexican GP. Well, I'm not going to pick you up or anything, but if you are in Mexico City at the time of that race and you want to come to that race as my guest, you're going to be delighted with this package. It'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks on Instagram, but effectively you will get two F1 Experiences packages for the Mexico City Grand Prix, and that includes grandstand seating. It also includes me taking your photo on the grid with the trophy photos. You'll get a live event on the Thursday night, food and drinks, guest speakers. You're going to love it. And it's really simple to enter. You'll have to stay tuned to my Instagram channel for all of those details. Now, let's just go back to here to see whether or not I've got any more comments. This is a little bit tricky, guys, because I am not great with having to do 2 or 3 things at once. But now I've got your comments back. Albert Coe, one of my regulars. Is this flight using Starlink? You bet it's using Starlink. And I don't think this is possible without Starlink. Can someone tell me what the audio is like and whether the picture is good quality? Those are the 2 things I'm keen to see. And now I can see your comments. I'll look for them now. And if you want to get onto your mates and tell them that I'm broadcasting from 35,000 feet, we'd love to have them on board as well. Audio and video, perfect. Well, my plan was a winner. That's fantastic. And as I said before, no one else can hear me. In fact, when my man comes to deliver my meal, I have to speak louder than this to have him hear me. Audio and video good, says John Mackay. Like and subscribe. Great idea, Beth. 1080p quality, yeah? Oh, that's really lovely. And I've got this light's only on about 4%. Audio, well, you guys are very kind in your praise. Thank you very much. Now, excellent sound and video. Look forward to seeing me again at Kota, Morris. Will you be coming to my meet and greet? Because that one is always a great one. It's probably one of my biggest that I do. And it's easy because there's a spot where I can get to without too much drama. Franz Esterbauer is with us. Now, Franz and I used to do some Targa racing, and silly old Franz contacted me this morning to tell me, to ask me why I hadn't got the live stream going, but he was a day early. So thank you, Franz, for coming back and catching up with me. Now, super chat. Anyone had a super chat here that I've missed? Because if you definitely want your comment seen and acknowledged, super chat is the way to go. And thank you to all those regulars that are joining me. Some other facts about this. Not all of the fleet of Qatar's jets have Starlink, but certainly there's a lot, and they're ramping up. Originally it was going to take them 9 months to get this installed. No, originally they thought it was going to take 18 months to get it installed. It took them 9, and that never happens, does it? You don't often exceed expectations. And people over here, why am I talking over here? Because I've got 2 cameras going, and this one over here is for my main video. Both of these flights are on 777-300 aircrafts, and I selected my seats well in advance. I've got 3K on this one and 1K on the next flight to Amsterdam. And get this, guys, I'm facing backwards. Every second row faces the other direction. And it was very easy to connect. That's what I love about this, because I thought you're going to have to put in passwords and pay. No, you just click on Oryx comms, I think it is, and everybody gets it. Everybody in the whole aircraft gets this. And what do airlines pay for this? And what do airlines pay for this? $25K a month US covers them for the setup, and then there is some costs in terms of hardware. I think it's about $150,000 per aircraft, and that's US dollars. It takes about 10 hours to install. But boy, it's a game changer when you can get solid internet for a whole flight. When I say a whole flight, there's always a rider, and the rider is India. It is not great going over India. You just have to wear that fact. Originally they thought it was going to take about 3 days to fit these aircraft with the system. Ended up coming down to 10 hours. And how does this compare with a lot of other aircraft? Well, Qantas, my national carrier, has free internet within Australia, but nothing overseas. As soon as you get outside of Australian borders, you're on your own. And I noticed when I booked my seat, which fantastically I could see was a Q-Suite aircraft and a Starlink aircraft, they do say it's available from gate to gate, but it depends on which ports you are coming from. And luckily, Perth was one of the good ones. I could indeed get Starlink from the moment they closed the doors. Rightio, let me go back to some of your comments, my good friends. No food coming out yet. I did say, oh, hello. This is George Poundland, is a VIP member. Thank you, George. Where are you from? Now, are you a fan of Logan Sargent? Because he's starting racing again, which is great news, because I thought he was going to give it away altogether, but Logan is going back into another series of racing. I sent him a note the other day. There are still 5 of his signed prints left from his Formula One days. He's a tremendous fella, and I do hope to interview him someday, perhaps in Florida. Rightio, let's recline my seat a little bit. Here we go. At the touch of a button, I'm now a little... Oh, no, don't want to go any further than that. Let me go back a little bit here. Right. Can you show us the view from the window? It's black. It's just black. Not worth showing you. There's nothing. Help Kym boost this by liking and subscribing. Beth, I need to have you on board full time. You are looking out for me, and I do appreciate that. Yeah, internet's not permitted by India in Indian airspace. Why are they so touchy? Seems incredible. But look, I am very much appreciative of your comments here, people. There are 400 of you here, and I think it's probably worth you all clicking the like button. That'd be lovely, or even sharing it with some of your friends. Let's go back to my earlier comments about Valtteri Bottas. Oh no, stand by. Wookie 192 has chipped in £5 Can you do the video interview, drivers, or do you need us? No, I can't. I can video at the track, but my agreement is quite specific, and there's a whole lot of clauses, but essentially, Wookie, it's no more than 10 minutes per day. I have to be the subject of every video. I can't show any cars on track. There's a few other things, but that precludes me from interviewing drivers at the track. I can interview them outside the track, and I have done that on a number of occasions. Right, I'm going to tilt this down a little bit. There we go. More of your questions, and if you definitely want to grab my attention, Super Chat is the way to go. I think an interesting video idea would be to show us how the television production travels around the world and what equipment they bring to the track. Yeah, well, I can tell you, I've recorded my F1 logistics video. It hasn't been edited yet. It will be edited in the next week and a half. In fact, I can tell you what videos you're going to look forward to. Wives and Girlfriends, recorded, not edited. F1 logistics, same. 25 crazy facts about F1, recorded, not edited. What else have I got? It was one I was going to put up today, except Valtteri and Sergi were announced, so I had to change that. What is that one today? Oh, Las Vegas, and whether the tourism downfall in that city is going to badly affect the Formula One race. Do you take off backwards? Yeah, I do. So it's an alien feeling, and not at all unpleasant. I like the backwards seat. Good afternoon, Kym, from QR 1370. Somebody else is on board a QR flight. QR being Qatar Airways. That's nice. Also currently connected to Starlink, enjoying the Q-Suite. And you're watching me from the air, so this signal never has to go back to the earth. Ben Carey, been a member for 1 month. Windy down in Sydney at a brisk 1:40 a.m. So joining this stream instead because sleep's a long shot. Well, I can tell you, Perth had its coldest day in 50 years yesterday. It was a shocker. It managed to climb to just 11 and a few bits of 1 degree. I think it was 11 and a half. It was a shit day. Shocking day. So I'm not at all peeved about leaving Perth and heading to Zandvoort for round 15. Simon Powell says, do you think we will ever see Danny Rick working as a professional race car driver? No. Well, no. I should say not as an F1 driver. I think probably, no, maybe some other category. Now we're drinking Leroy Duval champagne. And I've only got one hand to use to show you stuff. But allow me. Stand by. Right. So this. Oh, that's going to be backwards. That's no use. This is the menu, and I can tell you for dinner tonight, and I'll be eating at about midnight body clock time, sea bass and prawns, and a roasted pumpkin soup for starters. And I'm hopeful of a great meal. Couldn't think of a better lineup for Cadillac. Yeah. Now, I heard some comments today, and I should have included this in my video, which I will finish editing once I've finished doing this video with you guys, and then I will upload it to YouTube from an aircraft. Blows my mind how amazing this technology is. Yeah, so what was I talking about? I can't remember. How many on the plane? How many on this plane? 42 in business, 312 in economy. I've met them all, had a chat with them, got all their thoughts on what's going to happen with Formula One, and pretty much they all agree, Oscar Lando battle for the rest of the year. Now, F1 the movie's out. You might have seen my post already, but and this is mainly for my benefit, but I'll tell you, at 1 hour, 8 minutes and 56 seconds in the movie, you'll see me in the background at Monza. What was it, a year and a half ago, or was it last year? Can't remember what it was, last year, the year before. And I'm walking behind Lando Norris as he's heading out to a fan zone appearance. And my son is at 2 minutes 20 and something, but you wouldn't pick him because he's very small and standing behind a fence with a camera up to his face. But he did manage to find himself. But I bought that the other day on Apple TV. It cost 29 Aussie dollars. That'll be 20 US. And I've watched it. I quite like it. Now, how many have we got on here at the moment? Can I even tell? Only 215 likes. 516 of you watching. I am talking to you from 35,000 feet above the earth on QR901 with Qatar Airways, and I am gobsmacked that I can do this. It's just phenomenal. This is Starlink technology. Very cool, only 6 seconds live delay according to YouTube stats for nerds. Well, I think you're right, because if I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 and a bit. And remember, this signal has to take its path from this plane 550 kilometers above Earth and then come back down to wherever you're watching this. Yeah, so as I said before, I've got 2 cameras going here. I'm recording this and hopefully I'll get a decent video out of it. But at the very least, I get to talk to you from the air. Qatar has a sweet, precious opal gem limb in the National History Museum. Okay, good to know. Beth here. Beth, you are a super commenter here. Thanks for your insight. This is a treat to see. It's a treat to be up here. I can't wait to show you my dinner when I get it. In fact, I've got a camera. I can't even show you how I'm doing this. No, I've got a camera on a mount, on a suction cap stuck to the TV screen. I've got a light clamped underneath it on a bracket, a laptop over here, and you know what? I can take a photo with this camera here, can't I? If I can work out how to take a photo. I don't use this camera very often, guys. photo. How do you take a photo on this? Anyone know? Oh, there it is. There it is. Stand by, please. Thank you for your patience, good folk. Right, just enjoy the plane noise for a sec. Right. That was for my benefit. Thank you for your patience. Now, John Mackay, or could be pronounced McKay, has chipped in some super chat. Brass, what's your up best guest for Horner? Oh, I don't know. I think Alpine, he'll be, well, maybe not 26, maybe 27, but I think he'll be working on a plan to buy Alpine. I think he could rustle up the cash. I think he'll be a good operator for them. Yeah. Short answer, Horner, Alpine, in a buyout. Please don't forget thumbnail pictures important, says Jay Silman. Yeah, I won't be doing it on this flight. I'll be doing it on the next one in the daytime. My son is joining me in Amsterdam, but he's going a completely different route. He went Cathay, and Cathay had a 14-hour layover, 12-hour layover in Hong Kong. And he's got an even longer one coming back. What's happening here? Am I getting some love messages from someone, am I? Thank you for that. I don't even know what that means, but thank you very much. Do you think it's possible today to grow a channel similar to yours that films the racing and the cars from the grandstands? Yeah, you'd have no chance. If you got any size, F1 would be straight on top of you. Well, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing. I am flying from Perth to Amsterdam, in answer to your question. Aria Suite. Nope. Q Suite. And for those joining me, no one can hear me. The noise outside is loud enough to drown me out at normal voice level, let alone the fact that I'm holding this microphone that far from my mouth. And the light makes no difference because there is, oh, let me show you here, guys. Look at this. These walls are 5 foot high. So it's a pretty cool arrangement. And some people say, oh shit, stand by. Stand by. This is very difficult to do one-handed. Yeah, the comments I get sometimes are, why don't you do economy reviews? How do you reckon I'd go in economy with all of this stuff and a seat that's a foot away? It's not possible. And if you want economy reviews, Sam Chewy does a few, but reviewing in economy is very difficult. And on an 11-hour flight, not a very attractive proposition. What watch am I wearing? I'm wearing this one, a Rolex Daytona Blackface. I would have liked the white one, the Panda, but what's that one called? Anyway, it's a nice watch. I won't be wearing it at the track in Monza though. Best not to tempt fate there. Now another comment. Thanks for the great F1 content. Hope the rest of your flight is a good one. Very jealous. From a fellow Perthian. Dance, thank you very much for your super chat and your donation to the channel. And thank you to my wife Tonya, who has a birthday coming up very shortly. And she'll be celebrating it with some friends of hers, Tony, who's a female, and Rebecca, who's a female, going for a little trip. And well overdue. You might have seen that she and I caught some fish in Lancelin recently. I caught a 12-kilogram jewfish, which is one of the best eating fish that we have in our country. We caught them off the beach too, almost unheard of. And I'll repeat this for those of you joining me. I'm having to use this microphone next to my mouth because otherwise you just would not hear me. The aircraft noise would drown me out. Happy birthday to Tonya, says Karen. Thank you, Karen. Which flight am I on so us AvGeeks can track you? Okay, QR901. I'm in seat 3K. Business is full. Economy, I think, is probably very full. I haven't had a meal yet, but I'm very excited. I'm doing a video too about my fishing expedition, and I think you'll like it because I also hooked up on a shark that would have been easily 8 feet. I didn't get it to shore. I lasted for about 2 minutes before it chewed through the wire trace. Now 80%, 90% of you guys are male, so any fishermen out there will know for a fish to chew through a wire trace, it's a big fish. Now, let's pay full attention here to Joseph. Thoughts on all-in-one super zooms versus 3-ish. Better lenses for personal only one versus 3-ish. I don't know what 3-ish is. I don't want to slow down my friends by swapping lenses. Tourist photography, look, you're fine with a zoom lens, and I often see other photographers going out around the track and they've got a bag full of lenses. I think, when do you get time to change your lens? Now I'll go out and I'll take a 1-300 and maybe a 24-70 or a 15-35, and that's all I really need. Yes, I'd love sometimes to have a 600mm lens, but if I have to carry 3 or 4 lenses, I'm realistically not actually changing them. Right. Now I just have to do one thing here, guys. There we go. I had to do that for a sinking mark. So I've still got a camera over here where I'm talking to people who are watching the long form video, and then I've got people up here watching the live. Did I have a good summer break? Well, it was bloody cold, especially the last couple of days. We had a few days, nice days, but as I mentioned earlier on, we had our coldest day in 50 years. It only got to 11.5 degrees as our maximum yesterday, and that is unheard of in Perth. Q Suites or Emirates business class from Perth to that's Cata Q Suites. I'll give you a quick look here. Stand by. It's a pretty nifty setup, isn't it? It says Todd Thine, Brass Monkeys weather in Merredin inland from Lano, 4.4. Yeah, but that wouldn't have been your maximum. I think Perth got down to 0.5 degrees the other day. But what was your maximum if it was 4.4? I'm gathering that's overnight. Awesome stuff. Is your son travelling? Yeah, he is not travelling with me, but he's travelling to Amsterdam. He's going via Hong Kong. Where are you in the sky right now? Let's have a look. So take me a second. I'm going to pick English. My flight. My trip. There we go. Flight map. Oh, we've left Australian. Oh, look, when we fly, we take off at, what is that, northwest? So, hello. I would like to dine now. Thank you very much. Right, my Sri Lankan friend has just told me, and another one of those, please. Yeah, has just told me it's dinner time. So, we won't see his face because we don't put their faces on, but you might see his hand or his arm come across, and I'll show you what we're eating tonight. Some questions of yours. And what are we up to in numbers here, guys? How many people watching? 553. Thank you to every one of you. Just going past Dirk Hartog Island. Somebody's following my progress. Isn't that lovely? I did set up all this stuff in my house in Perth to make sure that it all worked with the audio side of things, and I'm very happy that it's been pretty much trouble-free here. Why did F1 allow return of former drivers while one of the main... Here comes my mate. Right. That should be safe. What's your name? What is your name?
My name is Nadish.
Nadish. Right. That's going to have to move.
Okay, no, sorry.
That's all right. Nadish is setting the table for us, and it's a very definite procedure. And I must admit, I did go and have a beautiful pasta at about 6:30 tonight at Amore in Floreat. For those of you who know Amore, nice little restaurant. My comments are now over here, but I can bring them back here for a second. Let's have a look at what you're doing. This is the plane. No, this is... Oh, what is the plane? It's a Boeing 777-300ER with Qatar. Orange County, Doug. I spent probably a month in Orange County after I finished high school in 1978. I stayed with my uncle and his family, and we would go to Disneyland every week. Absolutely loved it. Listened to KFI radio station and Kiss FM. Let's go back to some of your... What is the plane number? No, we are on QR901, which you can get on now to Flight Radar, as Andrew B probably has. Kym, do a live wine tasting. Okay, I'll do that. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Maybe I could live stream the whole flight. What do you reckon? Would that be a record? Those two wines, any good? There's a rosé from... do this. A French rosé, a French Bordeaux. It's going to be French because Bordeaux's in France. A Shiraz from Kangarilla Road in McLaren Vale. Valtteri Bottas, the new Cadillac driver for next year, loves McLaren Vale. He is an absolute devotee. There's a Di Bartoli from Victoria, Pinot Noir. Well, that's a dessert wine. That's a sticky from Austria. Yep, stand by. My meal's arriving. No, don't be sorry, mate. I'm happy. You can lift it over. That's good. So we have beautiful French butter, lovely bread, a mock candle, several glasses.
So we have got olive oil for your bed selection.
Hang on a second, hang on, let's just get this and do. Right. And they're the oils. I'll have them all, if I may. Yeah, no, all of them. Can I have all of them?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
One here and the rest I'll keep.
Yeah, beautiful. Right. So there's olive oils, there's balsamic, there's a chili one, yeah,
Spicy lemon.
and spicy lemon, all for me. And all beautifully jarred up in plastic jars with lovely labels. Let's go back to some of your comments. G'day, YouTube Jake from Brisbane. I want to do what you do for the rest of my life. Well, if you'd done what I've done for my life, you'd be doing this. Bon appetit, thank you. Arriving in 9 hours and 37 minutes, says Mohammed. Now, Jace Illman says, hello, Albert. I'm surprised I haven't got Callie Masters on here, or Milton, or Terry Robertson. Normally, they're on all of these flights. Sparkling, sir, thank you. He's having to do a backwards pour here. No mean feat, and the thing's jibbling around here. Thank you. Look, I can't remember what I paid for this flight, but I think it's one leg of about a 7-leg ticket. But whatever I paid for it, it's worth every cent. It is the best business class product in the sky. Best first class, Singapore Airlines that I've been on would be Singapore Airlines, the suites, and I did a video about that recently. If you haven't seen it, head back and have a look at my YouTube channel in the back catalogue. I just absolutely loved it. Right, Checo back for Cadillac, nice, says Callum. Yeah, I'm excited for them, and I did actually want to say something earlier that I forgot. There was a very valid point that there's no point having the fastest drivers for Cadillac because they're not going to be on the podium. They don't need the fastest drivers. They need the drivers that will tell them what the car's like. How are they going to get that car to a point where in a year or 2 or 3 it's capable of points or a win? So, yeah, we knew Valtteri had the seat. I thought Checo was a chance, but as I mentioned earlier on, I didn't think Checo's announcement would come with Valtteri, so I did a video about Valtteri getting his seat. And it turns out that I've now got a video I have to edit straight after I finish talking to you and finalise, but it's going to have nothing about Sergio Perez in it. That will come later. Right, I don't know whether I can talk to you and eat. One bread roll. French butter. I'm not even sure this is going to be workable to try and do this while you're sitting there watching. You know what, no, I couldn't do that. Too bad I didn't strap that there. That would have been a smart move, hey? Can I do that? No, I don't think I can do that. And I can't butter left-handed. Tell you what, I'm not going to butter that. Yes, I am. Stand by. That's the balsamic. Oh, it's very good. I think I'm going to have to say goodbye to you once my main meal comes. I'm not sure it's terribly polite to eat in front of you. Yes, Luca, I am on 901 en route to Amsterdam. And the second leg, I may actually live stream from the second leg as well because that too is on a Starlink QR flight with Q-Suites. You'll see the food, I promise. Hey, it's good bread. Apologies for eating in front of you. Thank you, Beth. Oh, somebody's asked how many miles I've travelled. I'll be able to tell you at the end of the year what I think I've travelled because I have an app that is unbelievably good. I put every flight in now and it tells me the amount of time I've been delayed throughout the year, what aircraft I've been on the most, and I can just easily tell you what this year's stats are, multiply it by 8. Row 33 can't sleep and he's hungry, or she's hungry. What is your go-to snack? And if you want your comment seen here, Super Chat gets you to the top of the queue, guys. And I'll say this again because I know someone will arc up and carry on. no one can hear me. I've got this microphone right next to my mouth so that I can get away with doing this on an aircraft. And really, when you look at it, the person in front of me is a metre away. That person over there is 1.5 meters, and that one behind me is 1 metre. And as you can see here, we have a 5-foot high door, and it's closed, and I'm speaking softly. Now, thank you to Daniel Roby. What's the app's name? Well, I don't want to tell you because they're not giving me anything for it, and they should be, but I will. Flighty. Flight with a Y on the end. Here's our meal.
Here's the pumpkin soup.
Pumpkin soup first. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. Oh, isn't that lovely? Right. Now, I don't honestly think that I can eat. Well, you tell me, should I eat this in front of you? I can't even divert the camera. I'll tell you what I'll do. If you're happy for me to get a few bites into this, and you'll drop off anyway if you're not, I'm just going to tilt the camera down, if that's okay with you guys. And I'll eat away and then come back to you. See how quick I can get through this. My time starts now. It's thick, it's creamy, it's not too hot, tasty. Big fan of it. Now I will order a glass of wine in a minute. And I'll be guided by you, red or white. And in fact, there won't even be a glass, it'll be a taste. I'll leave it up to you, red or white or bubbly. Team Orange. Looks delicious. It is delicious. Should have worn a yellow shirt. Champagne all the way. Southern Comfort and Coke. Now, you can get Southern Comfort in Qantas Airlines lounges, but it's very rare that I see it in any other lounge, and certainly never on board. This is a different level streaming. Yeah. What are we up to? How many numbers? How many people looking at this? This is glorious, glorious soup. But I don't want to bore you. 464, we've lost a few. Some people are tired of me dining. A bit of bubbly to celebrate the success of the live. Why not? Why not? Somebody mentioned the mic cable. There are actually 2 mic cables here. One goes to the phone for the live stream. The other one goes to my video camera. And why? Yeah, that's working over there. My God, this is fantastic food. You know, I once did a live stream that lasted 12 hours. It was back in 2021 when I went away for the year and came back to Australia. We're still doing that quarantine shit, and I had to sit in some hotel room for 14 days. And for 1/28 of that time, I spent it online. And my gorgeous wife got me a Lego set to build while I was in that hotel room. waste either. That was sensational. Just sensational. Should I put those down? No. I think it's better with them up. Albert wants to know if I'm going to sleep on the flight. Yeah, I should get 6 hours with a bit of luck. Should I leave the camera on while I'm sleeping? It won't last. If you want to get your comments seen, the super chat gets you to the top. I'm going to ring the buzzer here and get my mate back and ask him for another glass of champagne. I think he will say yes. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. Let's get this flight #1 tracked on Flight Radar. Is that a thing? Can you do that? I would be very interested to see how we go, because I love Flight Radar. This aircraft is 10 years old, and I know that because I track the tail number on Flight Radar, and then I go to airfleets.com. Oh, somebody says here, Natalie, you've driven the Mustang Mach-E as a rental, and you know what? That was.
Yes, sir.
Can I have a glass of champagne, please? Thank you. I think that was probably the fastest car off the mark that I've ever driven. It was absolutely mighty. And your question is, what do you normally drive at home? Well, I don't know if I'd buy a Mach-E. I've got a Tesla. Look, I thought it was a great car, very comfortable. I drive mainly a Ford, no, not a Ford, a Toyota FJ Cruiser, which is lovely. As lovely as that soup. Is my mic turned off? No one else has said that. Is that any better? Audio okay? Let me know. This is like our dinner we had together at a real estate conference. Is it really, Gavin? Let me know, guys, if there's a hiccup with it, but I think it's fine. Sound is good. All right, I can hear you fine. And that is quite remarkable. No, hang on, that'll be much better now, because I had a switch on that made it too low, and I might have hit that inadvertently. Yeah, right, I fixed that up very quickly. Can you show us the seat again, please? I want to show my... Yeah, I will do that in a second. When the food comes out, can we just... Right, this is what we're drinking, people. Thank you, sir. And I'll put this in front of the camera. I'll hold that steady. Ready?
I will try.
Yeah. If we spill a bit, it doesn't matter. Look at that. That's good bubbles. Let's put it over there. He's very good, this man. Because this is a real art. This plane is bumping about and he's pouring the champagne. Super. Many thanks.
How was the soup?
Unbelievably good.
Good.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you can have that plate if you wish. I'll give you that to take with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right, and cheers to us. Right, Nadish is doing a good job. Damn, was at the grocery earlier and was thinking of buying some wine for tonight, and I did not. We could have had a drink together. Yeah, anyway, that audio should be a lot better since I hit a button accidentally on this microphone. No wonder he charges business class prices for his photos. They don't sell themselves, guys. But I could do it a lot cheaper if all of the F1 races were in Perth. That'd save me a fortune. And I've written to them and I've asked them, the F1 and FIA. No answer. You can leave the bottle to things. Yeah, hello, Martin. Let's pay attention to Martin. Canadian dollars. They're good dollars. In 2026, I'll go to all F1 races. Right. Hats off to you, my friend. Here comes the food.
This is the sea bass.
That looks beautiful. I love sea bass. And that's beautifully
Australian
presented.
one.
Wow, can't beat that.
Ketchup, mayonnaise, Tabasco, mustard along with it.
A bit of mayonnaise. You can leave the mayonnaise, yeah. I probably won't have mayonnaise, but I'll take up the offer. Super. Thank you. Cheers. Right, now, I'm going to take the camera off so you won't get audio. Now you've seen what I see. It is a stunning dining experience. This is one of my best flights I've had because I've got 438 of you having dinner with me tonight. And I've never had dinner with 438 people, so thank you for your patience, good folk. So this is sea bass with prawns. And sea bass is one of my favourite fish. Oh, that is so good. I've given up ordering beef on flights because it's just always disappointing. Oh, right. I've spilt the first bit. It's an amazing meal. If you happen to be flying this airline, business class, take my word, this is first class. It's got a crispy breadcrumby type taste to it. And the other thing, everybody else is in this cabin is eating. A lot of them have their headphones on, but as I said earlier on, I'm speaking at such a low volume, being amplified by this thing, that no one would have any idea what I'm doing. My wife will be horrified to see me eating that, but I've only got one hand. I've just seen it delayed by 7 seconds. Dear oh dear. Hello, Switzerland, Schmitty. I buy bread knives from Switzerland and they are the very best. Do you know the panorama knives? We have a collection in our house. I have to cut something, excuse me. It's not as good as Nobu's black miso cod, but it's still very good. Very good. Does this flight experience turbulence? A little bit of turbulence, but not too bad. I'm just reading comments off another screen over here, people. Thank you to Lucan, who's one of my members. How civil of you. Is Jace still with us? Are you on a flight, Jace, or are you still in Hong Kong? Because as soon as I've finished talking to you and eating, I have to go and edit the rest of this Bottas video and put it up so that you've got something else to watch tonight. Good night, Kym. Somebody's going to bed, maybe. Oh, Brian Connolly. Where do you think Yuki will be next season? All-time favourite Grand Prix? I don't know about Yuki. I like Yuki a lot, but I'm not employing him. Maybe he won't have a seat at all. Funny kid though. I see he's been in Greece, hasn't he, over the break? What was the other bit of that question? All-time favourite Grand Prix? Abu Dhabi final race 2021. That was an amazing night. And it went on for hours and hours afterwards. We were just waiting for some closure. Was there going to be was the protest going to be upheld? It was a pretty amazing place to be that night. Now, says Jason, we met in Zandvoort. You signed my Lando Norris print of your photo. Unfortunately, did not manage to get it signed by Lando. Well, come to this weekend, maybe you'll snare him there. You're always a chance, that's the thing. Can you teach us how to edit? What, photos or video? Because I'm... Okay, let's go back to my video that I have to edit later on tonight. My editor, Jack, has 3 weeks off. And it's been a harsh 3 weeks for me because I'm doing all these videos and I can't get any of them edited. And I decided, well, I'll record the bits for my Valtteri video 2 days ago. And I'll cut the timeline so it's just all me to camera. And then we didn't think they were announcing it until the weekend. And then I'm just about ready to go to the airport for this flight. And I see they've announced both drivers. So now I have to go and edit the whole video myself. So when you watch this video, it's not my normal quality where Jack would edit. But time is important. I can't wait days to put this video up. It'll get no views in a few days. It'll get fewer views than if I'd had a great edit, but it will still be an okay video. So forgive me for that. 400 people watching me eat. I haven't had a drink of that drink either. How was it getting through security with all your kit? No, it was really good today, really good. No problems at all. Hardly any crowds at the airport tonight. Amsterdam, I never look forward to. It's a shocking airport. Always busy. I've lost my luggage twice. There's a funny story there. Last year or the year prior, I arrive, can't see my luggage, go to find using my little thingos, and I can see that the bag is 200 metres away. I ask, no one's helping me. So I put up a plea on my Instagram story, saying, I know where my baggage is, just no one can help me. And then I get a direct message on Insta from somebody saying, where are you? I'm the manager of whatever. And I said, I'm down at Carousel X. And 10 minutes later he rolls up, he says, I follow you on Instagram. I was in a meeting and I was flicking through my stories and yours came up. And he came down and he said, where is it? And I showed him on the Find My app. He said, right, leave it with me. And he went and got it for me. I was most grateful. It's reversed. What is reversed, Jason? I know the camera reverses everything. Unfortunately, I just noticed it on the shot, so there you go. Now, the King's with us. Love from Newcastle, New South Wales. Wondering why was Oscar not racing at the latest F1 race, and why Daniel Ricciardo was driving instead? What is that? Why was Oscar not racing at the latest F1 race? You've lost me completely, King. Send me another comment. Maybe I've misread that. Albert Coe. Let me give you a little update on where we are, because I have the screen on here. And in a second, it'll give us somebody who's following me on Flight Radar will be able to tell us what we're over. A lot of water. That's what we're over. Any thoughts on attending the Goodwood Festival? I've never been there. I applied once for accreditation to go, and they never got back to me. So I thought, oh well, I'm not desperate to go. Now I'm 9 hours to my destination, and I'm going to arrive at 4:33 a.m. And when I arrive, it's going to be 37 degrees at 4:33 a.m. That's in Doha. All finished, my friend.
How is it?
It was good.
Like it?
I loved it.
May I clear?
You may.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I didn't even eat that mayonnaise. And these,
Go take it. Thank you.
Yep.
You are very kind.
these are all unopened. Thank you. And the bread you can have. And what are you recommending for dessert?
We have the cheesecake bisque for the dessert,
Yeah?
and that's the only one we got.
Just cheesecake.
Yeah.
All right, cheesecake,
But I
please.
can get you one seasonal fresh fruit from the breakfast
No, I'll have the cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Yeah, why not?
Would you like to have any other beverages along with the cheesecake?
Somebody
Maybe some hot wine or something.
suggested I order a it's a cold white wine. What's a light white wine?
White wine.
Yeah, which one of your whites?
Pardon me?
Which one of your whites would you recommend?
Oh, along with the cheesecake?
Yeah, I just want half a taster of a white wine.
We can do the
Whatever you bring out.
Sweet and sweet.
Whatever. You bring it out and I'll drink it.
Would you like to-
Just a half.
Sure, certainly.
Thank you.
I'll bring all the three maybe. So
Okay.
we can do the tasting.
Rightio, mate. Okay, that's a good idea. Right, we're going to do a wine
Take that one as
tasting.
well, all right?
Thank you. And that.
Thank you so much.
I think we need to raise our glasses to Elon Musk. For without Elon, we would not be doing this quite bizarre thing. Talking to 400 people, 448 from 35,000 feet. Now, at some point, a couple of things, one or two things may happen. I'll lose the light, in which case there won't be a live stream, or I'll lose my battery in my phone, in which case there won't be a live stream. And if it happens, it'll go like that, and you'll know one of those. Well, if the phone cuts out, that's what's happened. We should do this every flight. Well, not it's the first time I've ever come across Starlink, and I fly Qatar a lot, and then I've got 2 flights in a row with them. Cheesecake is the go. You can visit Elon at Kota. I don't think I've seen him at a race. I'm eating the nuts at the moment. Somebody says this is the first live stream on a commercial flight, which is good. That's what I wanted to do. See if it was possible. Let me go back and check what the speed test is. When we started the flight, we we're getting 226 megabits download and about 40 up. Download now. I'll show you. $229 and 40. No, $229 and 33. That's enviable internet speeds, guys. And they're great nuts. It's better quality than your streams from Lancelot. It probably is. Because sometimes we have all sorts of dramas up there because it's in the Never Never. Do you get Starlink the whole flight? Yeah. I don't think we go over India, do we? No. India is the only drama. Turn this microphone around. Apologies. This is a little unwieldy, but imagine trying to do this in economy. You couldn't, unless you booked the whole row of seats. What's Jace saying? Is better? Oh yeah. Well, that was Jace's comment. Thank you, Jace. And hello to my other son, Tyler, if he's listening, watching. Someone might have asked the queue, but the thoughts on Cadillac drivers seems very sensible. Yeah, very sensible. They're getting those guys to help develop a car that a top-level driver might... Well, look, those blokes are great drivers, don't get me wrong, but they're not Max, they're not Lewis. And down the track, their efforts in conveying what's necessary for the car could well end up producing a ripper. But I'm very happy for Valtteri, he's such a funny guy. No, I can use a clip-on mic, but then it will sit down here. And look, that's the volume there. That's the volume there. It's different. And by the way, I've got two microphones because I've got the live stream and I've got a video camera recording over there. Hello from the island of Penang in Penang. My wife's coming to your country tomorrow. Yeah, with some friends. And they're going to some beautiful island and having their own villa with pool and staff. Thoughts on Bortoletto? A fine young man. In fact, most of those young guys, look, I haven't had much to do with Isaac Hadger. He's the only unknown, but Bortoletto, fantastic. Oliver Behrman, great. Antonelli, gold. Who's the other one? Doohan, fantastic. Colapinto, great kid. Have I missed anyone? No. Yeah. I've also got some Instagram. Oh, here comes some dessert. Stand by, everybody. Stand by. Oh, he's going back. He's forgotten something. Oh, boy, this has been a very, very good meal. Yeah, somebody said they thought the team might have gone with Cadillac might have gone with Zhou Guanyu. I don't know that Zhou was ever that big in China. I know that Cadillac wants to be big there.
May I answer?
You may.
This is the cheesecake list.
Right.
I'll bring all the wines.
Thank you. Right, let me show you the cheesecake. I'm not sure it's my favourite type of cheesecake, but let's have a taste. And the wines are now coming as well. It's a hot cheesecake. It's good. It's good, but I don't think it's me. I like a cold New York style cheesecake. I'll have another bite just to make sure. No, I'm not going to eat any more of that. It was good, but not great. It's got some nice fruit on it, though. Maybe I should have the apricot.
So this is New Zealand Swedish Brown.
Right, can I show my friend?
2023. It's light body dry wine.
Right, okay.
May I
All
pour a
right.
taste?
Yes, please. We're going to have a taste of this one now as the dish pours it.
So it has citrus and guava notes.
Right.
Shall I continue to pour?
Just a half, thank you. It's alcoholic fruit juice. Thank you. Yeah. Very good service tonight.
Would you like to try the United States
Yes, please.
Chardonnay?
Yeah, why not? Thank you. And we're going to have another taste in a second. As we... why is Matthew... What are you doing, Matthew? Matthew has to be put into a timeout unless he's having a problem. He can... don't know how to do that. Do you think Christian will join Cadillac? No, I absolutely don't think he'll join Cadillac. I think Max has got... somebody said Max had put on a bit of weight over the summer break. We'll have to see when he returns.
It's a USA Chardonnay.
Can I show that one? Thank you. USA Chardonnay 2020. Nice and cold. Thank you, sir. Pour away. What a feast.
Citrus flavors.
Right, this one has citrus flavours. It's not. Thank you. It's not as fruity as the last one. If that's a good or a bad thing. Just got to make sure I haven't pressed this button. Thank you very much. Right, people. Very shortly, I'm going to be saying goodbye to you. Tell you what, we've done pretty good. 76 minutes, and no one has any idea what's going on here. They might if they walk past, but there's no way on earth they could hear me because of the engine noise. Says Jonathan. Oh, that's a boring comment. Thanks for the membership, says Mike. Good. Thank you, Jace, says Albert. Do you follow any other sports? None at all. No, none at all. I did watch a couple of games of footy, though, while I was on the summer break, which is a winter break for us. Let me show you what we get here. There's a little locker down here. It's filled with stuff. So this is what we get on board. It's an amenities kit. And it's full of products from Diptyque. When I say full, this is the only thing I'm really interested in. This is a fragrance, and I love airlines that give fragrances. And this will last me easily 2 weeks on the road. 2 weeks on the road with a fragrance. I think this is Philocycos. It is. It's not their best fragrance. This is Diptyque. The fragrance I love from them is 34. But still, it's nice. Also in here, guys, socks, eye mask, and products. Fresh lotion, face cream, and balm for the lips. Let's try the lip balm. It's got a flavour. It's like a flavour I remember as a kid. And oftentimes on these flights, I don't know if everyone gets, but often I'll ask for a female kit for my wife or one of my staff, and I don't think they've ever said no. If they've had one on board, they're always very happy to give them out. And the female kit obviously has different products. Well, I think just mainly a different fragrance. Back to your comments. Stilnox, says Luke, and no to Mazepam. That is a sleeping tablet, and I would... Oh, I've suddenly lost the feed. I don't always need sleeping tablets, but sometimes, and it's rare, I guess, if I arrive in a place and I've got a bit of jet lag and I have to sleep at 2 a.m. and I wake, I'll more than happily take one. Sometimes on a plane I'll take one. And sometimes when I get back home, if I've come particularly from the US, I will take a sleeping tablet, and they work. But you don't want to get dependent on them. I'm now going to have to stop that recording, start it again and do that. That's to provide a syncing mark for my editor. In Doha, will you be in the Al Safwa? No, I won't. I'll be going to the Al Mujan. Al Safwa is their first class lounge, and it is something phenomenal. My wife says that, because I think the Emirates first class lounge in Dubai in terminal, at the A gates, I don't know what terminal that is, I think that's the best lounge in the world. She says there are better, but I like that, and I think Emirates is better than Doha's Al Safwa. But you would never be unhappy with either. They are amazing products. What did I do during the holiday? I did some fishing, caught some fish, which you might have seen. If you didn't see, just give me a second and I'll show you. Can I find this fish? No, it might be tricky. Stand by. No, not on here, can't show you. No, did you see this picture I put up on my Instagram story, Instagram page the other day? I was bored yesterday, so I went and got all of the stuff that's in my suitcase, in my camera bag, and displayed them in my photo studio. Took a lovely top-down shot, and that will actually form part of the video about me live streaming from 35,000 feet. But a couple of you are very switched on. Somebody said you've only got one R1 camera, because I only had one with me at the house, so I put another one in. Somebody said that you've got two passports. Yes, I have a concurrent passport, which allows me to get visas. Without having to lose a passport. You can do that, have two passports from the same country. What else? Somebody noticed that there was a hip flask there. Why do you have a hip flask? And why do you have 3 phones? Well, I'll go into detail in my video about that. I'll go back to your comments, and then at some point I'm going to say goodbye to you and thank you very much for your attention in this live stream from 35,000 feet over the Indian Ocean now. Other questions? What's the place you wish to visit? I tell you, China. I've been getting a lot of TikToks about Chongqing. Forgive me if that's how you say it, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. So next year, after the Chinese Grand Prix, there's a week off. We're going to, my wife's going to come, and probably Jason will come as well. We are going to tour Chongqing and some other places up to Beijing. And we won't be flying, we'll be taking the train. It will be fantastic. Vegas sucks. I've got a video coming out about what the tourism downfall in Vegas might mean for the F1 race. But I still love the race. I still love going there. I hate the tipping. I hate getting reamed because it is very, very expensive. But I still like it. Kym's Tours, custom world tours for F1 tracks with restaurant and hotels curated for you, starting 2030. Yes, I'll just swan around the world taking people out to nice meals. Now I have 1 champagne and 2 white wines on the table here. Who will be Cadillac's F1 team principal? It's Graham Loudon. It's already done. It'll be in my video later tonight, which I will upload in the air. It's never been possible before. So flying to Amsterdam via Doha. Correct. And talking at length for so far 85 minutes. over dinner. Consider some place when on your China trip. Check it out. Now I wonder whether I'll ever be able to find that comment again. But thank you for the recommendation. Any more super chats? I don't want to miss them. I'll do 3 more questions. No, 2. Make it 5. Let's have a look. Kim, what did you drive in this vacation? No, I took the 911 out for 1 run because we have to move it once a week because otherwise you flatten the tyres. You get flat spots on them. Otherwise I didn't go out of the house really. I got on my jet ski a couple of times, but that was about it. Why did they get rid of Imola with so much history? Because they couldn't come up with the money. And other people are paying $70 million for the rights to have an F1 race. That's 2 of the 5. What aeroplane are you taking for your second leg? Same aircraft as this. 3 questions. All finished. Yeah, I didn't love it, but it was okay. I wanted a cold cheesecake, but that was. Yeah, but that's all right. That's fine. You take that. I had enough to test. Thank you.
Anything I can clear from the table?
Oh, you can have that. That. And what chocolates do you have? Do you have any chocolates?
Yes, I'll get all the chocolates too.
Beautiful. And I'll keep all of this, and you can have that.
Thank you so much.
And that's it. We're done. Cheers.
Cheers.
2 more questions, people. Thank you, Kym, for this amazing live stream from 32,000 feet. Oh, that's not a question, so thank you, Albert. And the reason I'm looking over here is because that's where my laptop is. For some reason, I have got no comments on my screen. What will you do after the Italian race? I will travel home to Perth, and I'll be home for, I think, 6 days, and then I have a long trip back to... No, I'll be home for 7 days, and then we go to Azerbaijan. Jace is actually staying in Europe between races and catching up with some mates, so he'll come from Europe to Azerbaijan. Rightio, and one last question. When is the next fondue? I don't think I've got any flights going through Switzerland. No, not this year. So that's disappointing because it is one of my favourite feeds on the road. Now, people, I need to thank you very much for your attention. For those of you who joined us 89 minutes ago, thank you. And for those of you who've been with us in the last minute, you've come too late, I'm afraid, but it's been a lovely opportunity to chat with you. And I will now say, as I always do at the end, thanks for watching and stay